Just a game, I'm really scared of this project if it will go well, but
So next, here's the information
We're
everyone
about to talk
has
about the
been
Death
eagerly
Strand
waiting
live action
to
show. You working with A24, huh? They just announced some other adaptations
Thank you very much for joining us today. May we have a few words of greeting from you first?
Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. My name is Sam Hansen. I'm here with my colleague Vilma Castaneda from A24, and we are here today to honor and celebrate the brilliant, visionary artist, our partner, our friend, Hideo Kojima. So, yeah. Vilma and I are thrilled and honored to be here today with you all and to all the fans watching, hello, to look back at all the amazing work that Kojima-san and his amazing team have put together and to look ahead at all the exciting work that is coming our way, including a filmed adaptation of Death Stranding, which we're incredibly excited about.
Norma Reedus is not playing Sam.
Thank you very much. I'm sure everyone is already familiar with the studio, but please allow me to give a brief introduction of A24. A24 is a film and television studio that has revolutionized the entertainment industry by producing some of the most influential and critically acclaimed films and TV series in recent years. Founded in New York in 2012, A24 has built a library of over 150 films and more than 50 television series, earning widespread recognition both critically and commercially, including over 21 Academy Awards, 14 Golden Globe Awards, and 18 Emmy Awards. Partnering with major streaming platforms, A24 produces and distributes works across all genres, now streaming in more than 180 countries worldwide. With that in mind, could you tell us once again about how this collaboration came about and what's the status of this project today?
Thank you, Risa-san. Such kind words. And yeah, A24 has always stood for supporting artists, bold artists with distinct visions, and I think we can all agree that nobody embodies that more than Kojima-san. And we admire at A24 Kojima-san's work for the same reasons we admire other master storytellers. His games have cinematography and production design and staging and rich, complicated characters and vast mythological worlds that all equal iconic cinema. And for that reason, when we started talking about adapting Death Stranding into a film, we were excited by the challenge of a film matching the game's great ambitions. And we knew that we would need an extraordinary filmmaker to help us with that. And so when we got together and compared ideas for who that filmmaker voice was, Michael Sarnowski was at the top of both of our lists. And the reason for that is that Michael is an extraordinary filmmaker who can always locate humanity, even in the most complicated, vast worlds, whether it's the underground of Portland restaurants in Pig, or an alien inhabited New York City in Quiet Place, or in mythological Robin Hood, like you've never seen it before, in the upcoming film that we have with Michael, The Death of Robin Hood. And so we knew that we had our guy. And luckily for you, Michael is here with us tonight. So you have that to look forward to.
That's very exciting. So Sam has just now talked about this, but this collaboration, would you announce who will be the director?
Well, I'm a big fan of A24. They are the #1 studio that really takes care of the creator. So I thought I wanted to team up with A24. So what I wanted was someone who could write and also direct and also knows about VFX. So we kind of, He's a big fan. I'm a big fan of Michael Sarnowski.
Today we have Michael with us, so let's welcome him to the stage. A rising star in filmmaking, director Michael Sarnowski, who received high acclaim for the movie Pig. Michael, thank you so much for joining us today. Could you please share a few words of greeting first?
Yeah, congratulations on the 10th anniversary. This is amazing to be here. We literally just finished our movie 2 days ago, and I flew right here. So recovering from jet lag, but can't think of anywhere I'd rather be.
Thank you so much, Michael.
So, Mr. Kojima, what was the reason why you chose Michael?
Well, I liked Michael's Pig, and I learned who was the director. And also, Michael did The Quiet Place, the third one. And I thought that, he has some courage to do like a big franchise after the success of 1 and 2. When I saw it, his movie, it was great. He, of course, took the essence of Quiet Place, but also he put in like his art, his take. So I thought he will be a perfect person to direct Death Stranding.
And Michael, we were very curious about the story, the direction of the story. To the extent possible, could you share about the approach to directing?
Yeah, I think, initially when I came onto this project, it was a huge honor. I was terrified by the idea of taking something this big on, especially after Quiet Place, which was a really big endeavor. But it was after meeting Kojima-san and talking to A24 that I realized how much freedom they were willing to give me on this project, how,
So my stream was a little
Kojima-san is
late.
a true artist.
They
and
showed
he
OD.
really wants to support other artists.
Did I go back and show OD real quick before they show something else? Like, I don't need to do that.
To have that opportunity.
We go back later.
Is really, an incredible company and the best out there for fostering artists and fostering these sorts of voices and telling interesting stories in ways you haven't seen them before. So I think with this project, we really want to capture the soul of the game, capture the themes of the game, but tell a story that you haven't seen in that world and explore characters you haven't seen before and find all of that scope and all of those incredible real locations, but also find all of those nuanced characters and just do justice to this on a macro and micro scale.
Super nerd. He got some money. Yeah, I don't know. He's still nerded up. Look at his legs.
So,
and that blazer.
with the titles and works done by Kojima Productions, you are now looking beyond that and trying to capture that in this new film. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. We're trying to find another story that you've never seen in this same universe that is both accessible to people that have never played the games before, but will also give something to people that know the games really well. And so I think finding that balance and finding a way to really tell a human story in this world that captures everything that we love about it, as well as sort of being able to stand on its own 2 feet, is really the goal.
Well, the game takes about 70, 80 hours, and you have story, but we don't want to slim that down to a 2-hour movie. So using that world, but a totally different story of Death Stranding, the movie is like, is essential and important. That's why I wanted someone who could write and direct. And I'm not going to, get involved too much, because if I do, I'm going to start saying a lot of things, but that's how I'll be like a producer, and I could trust Michael fully.
That's very exciting. We are now looking forward to more updates to come on how A24 will make this film. So first, I would like to ask each of you to share a few words, starting with you, Michael, please.
I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for having me here. Thank you for including me in this world. It's such an honor, and it's such a joy, and I can't wait for this journey ahead.
Thank you very much. Sam?
Yeah, thank you, Risa-san and Kojima-san, for including us in this.
It's going to have the whole world knowing about that shit.
Here with you all, and excited to combine the brilliant minds of Kojima-san and his incredible team and all they've achieved with the brilliant mind of Michael Sarnowski and the combination of those two is exactly the kind of film that A24
Man, he need to pay to fill in that hairline. He got money. He should get the hairline filled in a little bit. Damn.
Thank you very much. We're very much looking forward to it. Thank you to the two of you. Please give a big round of applause as we send them off the stage.
You know, you're a certain texture.
I am curious as to what kind of Death Stranding world A24 will create.
Yeah, we
That
can't
nigga been
really
linked up
say
with A24 since
too
2019.
much today, but we'll keep you posted.
So in the next stage, we will be sharing brand new information revealed for the first time today.
So second phase, I said about the live-action film with A24, but I also said I want to do an animation, and this is for the movie theater, so I want to kind of have some people here. The story writer is this person.
Hello, everyone. Aaron Guzikowski here. And like most of you watching today, I love the world of Death Stranding, and I'm truly honored to be working with Hideo Kojima on this project. Drawing and animation have always been near and dear to my heart, and I'm really excited about bringing this mind-bending universe to the animation film space. We can't wait to share what we've been working on, and we'll have more to share on this soon, so stay tuned for more announcements. In the meantime, wishing you, Hideo Kojima, and the entire Kojima Productions team a happy 10-year anniversary. Keep doing what you do.
Wait, he said
Your work
Aaron
is
talked about
inspiration to us all.
fuck. Oh, I'm thinking of who was it, George or Kennedy? Oh, okay, nah.
So here it is, and let's move to the center of the stage. So Death Stranding will be adapted into an animated film.
So I'm a big fan of Aaron, and he will be doing the scenario script for this.
What are the reasons why you had Aaron come on board?
Well, I've been watching his works, like Dooney's movie, and he doesn't really do so much of anime, but I thought he'll be, he had a good idea, so I wanted to work with him.
I can imagine how they're going to flesh out the Death Stranding story a little.
Will be done by Aaron, but who will be directing this anime?
I can't direct because I have, other game titles that I do, so I will probably ask to do a direction to someone else.
Who will that be?
From me, it's Mr. Hiroshi Miyamoto of the ABC Anime Studio.
And we have Mr. Miyamoto from ABC Animation here with us. Please welcome onto the stage, Hiroshi Miyamoto. Miyamoto-san, would you give us a few words of greeting? Hello, everyone. I am the animation director, Hiroshi Miyamoto from ABC Animation. Very honored to be here. Thank you.
He is so nervous.
Too?
Actually, Miyamoto-san has been requesting Kojima-san.
Yes, like 2.5 years ago, I said no and no and no, but he came back all the time. But he respects me a lot, and we were talking about ideas, and I thought it was great because I grew up watching Japan animation, but I also wanted to do something a little different than the normal Japanese animation.
Right, because the original game titles are very photorealistic, so for the animation, we wanted to differentiate and make something different.
It's been like 2.5 years since we first met.
At this point, I would like to share a bit about some of the titles Mr. Miyamoto has worked on. One, he directed the Pretty-Cure 15th anniversary film, Hug Pretty Cure, Futari wa Pretty Cure, All Stars Memories, which went on to achieve the highest box office revenue in Pretty-Cure history.
That shit go big over there in Japan. Their own motherfuckers.
Right, so I directed 3 Pretty-Cure films recently, but in the past, I also worked on direction and producing attractions in the theme park in Osaka. So this is not well known, but I didn't know this poster would be shown at this event, so I'm a bit surprised.
Yes, like, is it okay that we're gonna make him the director, the guy who did Pretty Cure, right? Everyone's thinking like that, right? I hope not.
So this is going to be a very, very shocking video.
It's not a teaser, it's just a part of the little bit of the animation. So I hope you could kind of watch this and enjoy.
So let's take a watch.
Oh, this gonna look nice. These niggas who did Violet Evergarden. They mentioned Pretty Cure. They didn't mention Violet Evergarden. Oh, he got a nigga as the character? Hold on, bro. He got dreads. That shows individuality. But he got a nigga though, nonetheless. Kojima loves the West. Of course, people gonna be hating in the comments because that nigga's a little dark. Well, he look like he on some alien shit. What the fuck? Oh, it's a Death Stranding project. So this is in that world. Some stranded nigga. Hold on. Yo, we didn't even fight those dogs, I'm pretty sure, in the game. I don't know where is this at, bro? This nigga got powers. The Doom's user. I gotta watch this shit, bro. Nah, he got a pet dog and a Cairo mask. Nah, bro. Turn that nigga down. Still getting turned down real quick. Bro, this nigga got a Death Stranding. Bro, the mask just receded, bro. He fighting Sam? No, that's not Sam. That might be Sam he fighting. He's fighting Sam. Bro, he's fighting Sam, bro. That Sam haircut, like, it's a nigga. Hold on, bro. His mask came back. Nah, that's gotta be Sam, bro. He got the same hair, bro. Mosquito, bro. Oh, shit. So his mask, that nigga be absorbing nutrients through the mask, bro. He be absorbing nutrients through the mask, bro. He got.
Wow. That was a very rich content.
I'm watching
Thank you
that.
very
It was in
much.
the Death, yo, he
And
can
I'm
make
sure
all
everyone
this shit
is
in
as
the Death
surprised as
Stranding
me.
universe,
We
bro.
just saw a battle scene. Miyamoto-san,
So,
what
yo,
were some
Death
of the
Stranding
things
tomorrow
you
is gonna be crazy.
particularly focused on in this footage?
Whoa.
Well, Jinro by director
Oh, that
Okuda
was Sam
and
fighting
others. I
Mosquito.
really like analog styled titles, so I wanted to make sure that we retain that analog feel in the work. So
Somebody
today,
said,
what we
where
showed,
was there Fizz Inc?
or actually,
Yeah, we
I
probably
brought
gonna
some
get Fizz
other
Inc
video
next.
footage that shows the making. So using those video clips, I'd like to explain what we do uniquely different from others. So what you're seeing here is this is by Yoji
Painted style,
Shinkawa.
yeah.
We asked him to take a brush and use ink to create these. And these individual lines will be used for characters. So all you're seeing are just lines, the blood, the hair, shades, all drawn in lines. And then by combining this with color layers, you will see this in the
See, I
final
wouldn't imagine they
version
did it like
of the
that.
video. So this is a
But I
very
could tell it was
unique
painted
way
style.
of drawing. And as for
They
the
actually
background
use
as
paint for
well,
the Genghis,
we work
though.
with Studio Easter.
Wow.
That's Dandadan's background. We are working with them
They working with
to create
Dandadan.
this kind of backgrounds. We asked pencil artists to create these backgrounds individually for every single cut, and we combine this with the digital colors. So we use very much analog, hand-drawn cuts with the digital. So in the actual film, I think we will ask pencil artists to create 1,500 of these.
Yeah.
And this is quite,
This shit would be
old
nice.
footage, isn't it? And yes, it is. It's like I brought to Hideo saying
Sam's
this
the
is like
regular
the
nigga.
first draft, and I showed him the
He gonna
prototype,
fight
the
the
first
super
one.
nigga.
And we were talking about the plan of this
Anime
animation,
sound.
and I saw this demo, and I thought, yeah, I wasn't really sure at this part, to be honest.
Just the battle scene we saw earlier, I'm very excited to actually see the film version.
But the touch of the pencil is really difficult, isn't it? Yes, yes, it is. I mean, I want to brush up before the film because we need to work on it a little bit more. So you want to see this kind of purikua, right? As well, like a pencil touch purikua.
Thank you very much. So let's all move to the center of the stage. And mosquito, what is the meaning behind this? To the extent possible, if you can share.
Am I allowed to say this? I don't know. Okay, here goes.
So it has to do with the main character and their ability. It's related to their ability.
He absorbed nutrients with the mask, bro.
Yeah, you should say a little bit more. Can we say a little bit more? And if someone says no, someone would say no. So let's talk a little bit more.
And you probably need that shit to
The
land.
character has the ability to suck something.
See,
You're already saying it.
Hold
so
on.
he's going to suck something really important. It's not blood.
He's gonna
but-
suck something really important.
So we use mosquito as an analogy. And this is the main character that we see in this poster. So it's not going to be Sam.
He's going to suck
Right.
something.
So what kind of animated film we will see? I'm very excited. Unfortunately, it is about time to start wrapping up. So Miyamoto-san, please give us a few final words.
He might be sucking on chiral matter.
Well, to those of you who are here and those of you watching the live stream, I think you are very much like me, in a sense that we learned how to be a cool man from Snake. We learned how to fry an egg from Naomi Hunter. When we go to karaoke, we sing Love Deterrence. And then, as an adult, we learned how to connect. What is the meaning of making connections from Sam? So we've always been attracted to the message by Mr. Kojima. And it's not superficial. It has to be something that comes from deep within for us to feel that connections. And I hope to capture that in the film. And I will make sure that we will be able to do that in our film. Thank you very much. Animated film version of Death Stranding is very exciting. Please give a big round of applause as we send Mr. Miyamoto off stage.
How he say he wanted to make an anime? Like, nigga, is it Death Stranding?
Well, he said really nice things.
New niggas?
Yeah. Very passionate
And the
person. We still have a little bit more to go. Well, way more to go. So next is about the new title of another one from Kojima Productions. Okay, I'll show you the next one. Is this. Yeah, but this is like just starting. I'm just doing the concept all by myself. And I need to do some experiments as well, but that's about it.
What is the progress?
Well, it's still conceptual, so making characters and stuff, and also thinking about casting but no, it hasn't. It's just a start.
Still, we can hear something today, right? So today, we have a video message from Herman Hurst, business CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment.
Hey everyone, I hope you've all been having a fantastic time today. I'm Herman Hulst, I'm the CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment
this bitch ass
Studio Business
nigga.
Group.
This
couldn't
the
be
problem.
more honored to be joining you all virtually to celebrate the 10th anniversary of Kojima Productions and the unbelievable contribution Kojima-san has
Nigga
made,
looking like the
not
dude
just to
off of
games,
Grand Theft Auto
but to
5, but he
craft
got
of
money. Why your
interactive
hair
storytelling
like
over
this?
the past 3 decades. Do you know, funnily enough, PlayStation is also celebrating an anniversary this year, its 30th. And I think there's something fortuitous about that. It's impossible to reflect on our success as PlayStation without recognizing the role of Kojima-san and the worlds that you've built in that journey. Across every generation of PlayStation, your unique vision has set new standards for cinematic storytelling while consistently redefining gameplay. Your daring, your willingness to push boundaries, to bring players unforgettable experiences, I believe is truly one of a kind. So when we finally got to meet in person back in 2015 in Amsterdam to start this new partnership between SIE and KGP, I was just thrilled. And it's been an incredible journey. With Death Stranding, I think Kojima-san and his team truly redefined what a video game could be, both in terms of narrative as well as technical achievement. Seeing what Kojima Productions has been able to do with the Decima engine, it's a piece of tech that's very close to my heart, has just been fantastic. And with the recent release of Death Stranding 2 on the beach, Kojima-san has blown us away once again. This deep history of collaboration makes it all the more special to be celebrating the 10th anniversary of Kojima Productions today.
Wrap it
now,
up.
looking ahead, I know we announced Physint last year, and I just want to reiterate how excited I am for this title. We're not going to be sharing too many details today, but I can confirm that this game is fueled by the same creative energy, the same ambition that has made the PlayStation and Kojima partnership so powerful over the past 30 years. Kojima-san, on behalf of everyone at SIE, I want to wish you and the entire Kojima Productions team a big thank you and a massive congratulations on your 10th anniversary. I can't wait to see where this collaboration takes us next. To all that lies ahead.
PlayStation.
Is into. Not yet.
So, message from Stan Hammond full of hopes.
Well, yeah, it's the next stage tactical espionage action game. So it'll be, using technology even further than OD because it's later up it's in the future. We don't have anything that we could show, sorry. But I just created a visual art, so maybe I could just show you that. And I don't know what you think of this.
A man standing?
Yeah, it's the main character.
We cannot see his face.
Well, we can't see, but...
His arm ain't real.
I'm doing the concept and also casting...
Nigga arm ain't real.
As I said before, there was a SAG strike, so I couldn't do the casting. So I can't really announce the main character, but there are a couple of other characters that are decided. I don't have a screenplay, but I could announce some casts. So we'll show who it will be. Okay, first person, I have a video message. Let's check it out.
Hi everyone, this is Charlie Fraser here. I hope you're all having a wonderful time. When Hideo Kojima reached out to me, it felt so surreal, like being invited into another world. I'm very proud to announce my new role in the game Physint, and I look forward to working alongside Kojima Productions and PlayStation. And a huge congratulations to the Kojima Productions team on the 10th anniversary. What a massive milestone, and I look forward to seeing you all very soon.
안녕하세요. 배우
마동석입니다.
And that was Charlie.
먼저 코지마 프로덕션의 10주년 진심으로 축하드립니다.
Those cousin mass.
네, 저는 오래전부터 코지마 감독님의 작품을 너무 좋아했습니다. 코지마 프로덕션의 과감한 아이디어와 새로운 스토리텔링에 대한 열정에 깊이 감명받았는데요. 그래서 이번 코지마 프로덕션의 신작 피센트에 합류하게 되어 더욱 영광입니다. 앞으로 코지마 프로덕션에서 보여줄 새로운 여정, 저도 함께 공유하면서 함께 기대하고 응원하겠습니다. 화이팅!
こんにちは、浜辺美波です。小島監督、小島プロダクションの皆さん、10周年本当にありがとうございます。そしてなんとこの度、フィジントに出演させていただくことになりました。ありがとうございます。小島監督の作品に出演できることは本当に嬉しく、とても緊張が続いていたのですが、精一杯できることをしていきたいなと思います。この先も撮影が何度かあると思いますが、完成をとても楽しみにしております。頑張ります。おめでとうございました。
みなびちゃん。
Yeah, those three, but of course I casted more, but it'll be like Dune all cast, kind of. So Charlie, I saw, Mad Max Furiosa, she played the mother, and I saw her other, things, and I met her too. And Don Lee is actually in Death Stranding too, but I thought, we got so close, he'll be in this new project. Now, Miss Hamabe is like, I'm really a big fan of her. So finally, she said yes.
He got her on a magazine or something.
But there'll be more coming up, even the main character too. So
he got her as a pinup girl or something.
So many casts, so exciting. And today we have a model with new technology.
Well, I can't really say it yet, but we have DS2, and technology-wise, OD might be higher. And then on top of that, the new technology will come even more. So I'll break the barrier between movie and games. But especially like for Miss Hamabe, an Asian skin was very difficult to capture. So I was talking with 3Lateral using a new technology that they invented. And hopefully it would kind of revive the delicate Asian young lady's skin. So I just want to show you a couple of cuts of how she looks.
Is he actually talking about skin?
And this is not, the actual photo. This is from the game engine. And, the makeup and the hairstyle would change according to the game. So it won't be like this. But, even the lips and the redness is like future technology.
Kojima
and this will move in the game. And you can move the camera too. So, it's further out in the future. So I can't die until I finish this project. But,
pores and shit.
This is Miss Hamabe that I'm working seriously. I'll do anything for her,
Yo, you hear this nigga? He want to crash
of course,
out.
Charlie and Don Lean.
He need her feet
for
in the
me,
game.
working with people I like make me live longer because I could go work and say, oh, I want to meet them, But I'm getting weak today now because I'm very busy. But anyways.
So the casting is yet to go.
I'll do anything for her.
And also we need to, experiment on new technology, but there's so much more to go. But before that, I need to do OD, and hopefully everyone looks forward to the OD and the Fizzit new project. So up to here was the update of the future titles that we're working on.
So from here
He definitely got them feet. Look at all the feet in the comments. Oh my
collaboration
God.
projects. Please have a look at this video.
Okay.
完璧なものはないですね。完璧であろうとするだけで。完璧だと思っても、時代はどんどん動いていくじゃないですか。物の見え方も変わるんで、不完全のままどんどん進んでいくというか。
That's what said perfection is an ever-achieving goal, because you'll never be perfect. You just try to be perfect, but you can never do it.
的なこともどんどん変わっていくんで、
It's just a
20
thing that
年
you
前、25年前
always
できないことが
try.
今できたりとか、
It's perpetual.
その時技術者が美味しいっていうお酒がその時の最先端のお酒なのか
Perpetual
な。
perfection.
とにかく突き詰めていくっていうところが大事かなと。微生物の生育する環境を整えるのがうちらの仕事になっちゃうんで。
大変ですよね。生き物なんでね。お酒の価
And
値
they
がい
got
つ
this nigga
作
in
ら
the
れるん
food
だろう。
factories and shit, making
あれ
sake.
から
Like he
口に入れた
everywhere,
瞬間
bro.
価値が作られる。あ
He testing the new sake made from the rice. That shit just got squeezed out the rice,
そこに見た目をうまく
They
加工して届
yo,
ける。多くの人は分からなくてもいいんですけ
they
ど。
just squeezed that
中に
motherfucker out
一
the
人か二人は
rice.
あ、こういうことが
And
言い
he
たかったんです
tasting
ね
it.
みたいな。それが届けばいいと思ってるんで。
それが美味しいって言われるとちょっと作り手として嬉しいんです。
あ、そうですか。その時代時代のできる限りの一番いい技術を使
He got
って
connections.
酒を美味しくする。
こんなぐらいでいいやって
This
言って
nigga making the
それが
sake,
もっと
bro.
合理的にもできると思うし、
No
で
way,
もそれって面白くないのかな。
こういう使い方一回もしてないんで、これは新しいと思うんですけど。
They got Kojima production sake. What I tell you, he better start moving into food and shit. He talking about all the phases they doing. They about to make sake.
肉体は死ぬけど僕の作ったのがミームとして残ってい
He
く
about
の
to start
で、
making Kojima production
それが
sushi.
動機ですね。なんかものを作ってる。人間の技とい
Board
うか
games.
意志、こういう酒にしたいという意志でできた酒。
Zaku Ludens. What? Okay. Yeah, here mixed yeah. Zaku collab. Kojima out here moving, bro.
Now, the collaboration between professionals of creation.
Yeah, his next collab is with Gordon.
Our partner here is Shimizu Seisaro Shoten. Please welcome Mr. Shimizu Shintaro, Mr. Uchama Tomohiro, Master Brewer, and Mr. Shinko Yoji from Kojima Productions.
Bro, he got these alcohol making niggas out here on the stage, bro. Koji Pro. See, he already know that nigga. He just salute him.
Thank you. So, could you let us know your passions and commitment to this project? So, Shimizu-san, please. Yes, we create sake in Suzuka, Mie Prefecture, the alcohol called Zaku. So it's a great honor for me to be able to work together with Kojima-san, and congratulations on the 10-year anniversary. So at this milestone, as a collaboration program, our sake was picked for the collaboration, and it's a great honor for us. And sake,
I'm telling you, he gonna make a vehicle.
Kojima-san has been saying,
Death Stranding vehicles real.
New
Like, he gonna team
technology.
up with a company.
But
They
what
gonna
we're
make a real
doing, well,
it's gonna be the first three-wheel
I
motorcycle.
manage the
It's
sake
street
brewery,
legal.
and Uchiyama-san next to me is the master brewer, so in charge of production of sake. And when sake brewery creates sake, master brewer creates sake. Well, actually, we do not create sake. And who does? Well, yeast, microbes. These microbes create sake in reality. And what we do is to set up the best environment for them to create sake. And that's what Master Brewer has been doing all the time. And through this collaboration, we can showcase what we are doing. And we are very delighted to be able to do so. Thank you. Uchiyama-san, please. So this time, Kojima-san has visited our brewery. And as we are discussing, we share same values and perspectives, a lot of commonalities as engaged in creation. Well, I commit to very detailed things. And, many people on the ground may not like it, but in case of creation, we need to commit to something, commit to details, and Kojima-san prefers this kind of taste in sake, so I try to give my 100% to this sake. And that's how I created this title, and I appreciate Kojima-san's view. So I did all my best for this sake, and this time, yes, we made this.
I'll do anything for her.
Thank you very much. And Zaku Luden's package and label is so cool. Shinkao-san.
Yes,
Liquid Snake.
It's the 10th anniversary of Kojima Productions, and let's do a sake kind of thing. So, same as the game. So, it completes after someone plays or drinks. So, I thought sake is the same, it's entertainment. So, the surface, the face of the sake, I had to create a new character, or thought of creating a new character, but I thought putting Ludens there will be good. So if people drinks the sake and looks at the package and have a good time, I think I will be delighted. And Hideo, the tasting you did, and yes, I did all the tasting. And Zaku was one place that I was very interested, because they were saying similar of what we say of how we create things. So I went to their brewery, and what was the most interesting part is like they're facing living things, like whether it's a micro or whatever, it's living. So same as us, we're dealing with living fans and people. So I think this collaboration, I learned a lot as well. But this collaboration sake will be great. So I hope everyone will be happy
I'll do anything
to drink this soon.
The information is available on the official website of Kojima Productions, and you can buy this from today. So please check this out in by this second. So, Shimizu-san, Chiyama-san, Shinkawa-san, thank you very much for being with us today. Please give them a round of applause. Thank you.
I know, I got disconnected. Nasty.
This sake will be very good. Two types, but I hope you select the one that you're interested. And the bottle will be a great collectible as well because we design with detail too.
I'm gonna get a bottle. Somebody said, is Kojima an alcoholic?
To celebrate the 10th year anniversary of Kojima Productions, we will be holding the special exhibition.
Bruh, you talking about Kojima juice, nigga.
This is like a Kojima production exhibition.
Everybody else talking about looting
and
sake.
A lot of
You talking about
archives
Kojima
that we
juice.
could kind of show and the vision of the future, plus looking back to 10 years. So we hope that, you could go see
You talking about that
this
Kojima production sake.
exhibition
You talking about
where
Kojima.
you'll have a bunch of Kojima production stuff, but make sure you stay tuned for more information soon about this
OG Pro foot
exhibition.
scanner.
Thank you so much. Okay,
$300 for the bottle.
let's move over here for the second phase. We're still talking about second phase a little further out than second phase. But we have so much information that we released already, but sorry, we didn't show much. Okay, now we were saying about the third phase that we're going to go out of the next, I don't know, using the Kojima production spaceship, going out of our Milky Way even, So I said that there are currently live action films and games, and that was all created. We created all IPs from there. But
I know that's what he meant. Like,
we'll
I'm about to
keep
start doing
continue
other
doing
shit.
that.
So
But I said,
he gonna have board games.
in phase
he gonna make
3,
a car.
there'll be something totally
He just
different,
work with all sorts
right
of
in
creation
between,
now. Like, fuck it. I like creating
movies or
shit,
games with AIs and everything
Art is
involved.
everywhere.
And it'll be something totally new medium, and we're gonna have a new IP from that. And also, one more point is that you'll have entertainment more closely tied up your normal life. From here,
He
I
smoothed
can't show
all that
you
shit out. He
anything because I
counteracted
haven't
the
brought
the
anything
side
today,
effects.
and I can't show you inside my head. But I've invited so much guests, special guests, who will be the people who will be making the next 10 years of entertainment, of digital entertainment. They will talk about how the future will change in the entertainment world. So we want to do a little panel of the future of entertainment in the next 10 years. And I think all these people could see and foresee the future. The members are great. You will forget everything you saw today because this panel is like so, the guests are great. All right, we're just getting the guests ready. And I only have 10 years of my life, right? So I have just a little bit more to live. So I was wishing that I could go out of space and get like a virus that I could live forever, or I don't know, go on a Andromeda train and go somewhere to get like an android body and live forever. But anyways, let's introduce the special guest today.
So we will invite a panel of guests who have deep connections to Kojima Productions. So first, I would like to introduce the moderator for this special panel, creator and producer of the Game Awards and host of Summer Games Fest, Jeff Keighley.
He brought this nut hanger out, bro. That's his boy though.
So I will
oh my god, I'm so
over
glad to be here, Kojima.
Jeff
Thank
to
you.
moderate
You're my
this
best
panel.
fucking friend. Oh my god.
Thank you so much. Great to see you. Hello, everyone. Mr. Kojima, congratulations on 10 years. We're so proud of you. And great announcements today for OD,
That
Fizz,
nigga
and
be
so
hanging
many
on
other
Hideo
things.
nuts.
But this is something that's
Where are we
gonna
going
be really
today,
special.
Kojima?
Hideo said we're going to look far into the future of
All right,
how
wherever you
games
swing,
and
buddy.
entertainment are going to converge in an even bigger way. And I know that's part of your vision,
Somebody talking to
Hideo,
you,
and we
bitch.
have some
Stay in the
very
background.
special guests with us, some surprise guests. They're going to join us on stage. Mr. Kojima, before we begin, any thoughts as we lead into this special panel?
This nigga always wearing a blazer and some sneakers.
Well, we're going to call all these legends that we're going to have all these people up on stage, but you know, it's
niggas in the comments like
G
off high as fuck.
but I want to listen to their future,
This nigga
and
eyes be
hopefully
red.
we could connect
He be smiling
the
too hard.
next 10, 20 years in the event
be high
world. So
as
I want
fuck.
everyone to think at the same time too.
Exactly. This is really a panel about vision of where entertainment's going to go, and I
called the
think it's gonna
nigga
be
G
really
off because his name
fascinating.
is G off.
Should we welcome our special guest now, Mr. Kojima? Okay, great. All right. Well, our first special guest is someone who you know from Death Stranding. He's Tarman, but he's also the director of the legendary Mad Max series. It is such an honor to have him with us live here in person. Please welcome the great George Miller.
George Miller. I knew he was going to bring him out too, Brad. Wasn't no way he was going to bring him out. He just had this nigga in Death Stranding too.
Great to see you, George. But that's not all. Next, please welcome the world-renowned Oscar-winning filmmaker who also appeared in Death Stranding as Deadman, Guillermo del Toro, everyone. And finally, the legendary figure of Japanese animation who has also appeared in Death Stranding. You know him as the pizza chef in Death Stranding 2, Mamoru Oshii-san.
This nigga pulled up Mamoru. He pulled Mamoru out.
Thank you all for joining us. Please have a seat. Well, this is once in a lifetime to have all you guys here for Hideo's anniversary, of course, but also the theme of this panel is the future of entertainment, visions from legends. So first of all, I wanted to ask all you guys,
He said that nigga was trying to sit on that nigga lap.
We got a credit card, we got sake, we got games, a little bit of everything. What are your thoughts? Starting with you, George. What did you think of his announcements?
Well, first of all, it didn't stop.
Exactly.
It goes on and on. It's like a massive feast for somebody who, like everyone around, is into consuming this stories, particularly coming from you. It just goes on and on.
Oh, he gonna bring out my
sake, and it's just wonderful to look ahead to it. And to see where it's going, there's so many dimensions to it. That's what's so fascinating.
Pizzas and shit.
Guillermo, what are your thoughts?
Chef, man.
I was hoping for a diet pill, but he didn't do one. But you know, I'm very excited about OD now because I know how good he is at scaring. You know, we Ito Junji and him and I had a couple of sessions for a game I will not mention, but he's so good at horror. And I think he's a master at it. So
that nigga
I'm expecting much fear to come my way.
It looks incredible. Oshii-san, what are your thoughts on Mr. Kojima's announcements? Got animation coming too, right?
Yeah, I was surprised about the animation. I wasn't sure you were working on it. I didn't know you were working on so many different projects. I wonder if it's good for you, actually. For me, I think you work 10 times more than I do. And you are reaching so far and so wide, and I'm a bit worried. Personally, my wish is for Kojima-san to work on something alone, something that is truly by Hideo Kojima. Maybe you can write a novel? Maybe that's something you can think about. In any case, you're making sake. That was a surprise. For me, I only work maybe 3 hours per day. I spend the rest of the day just playing Kojima-san's games. I don't know, what should I say? What else I can say? I was surprised you were working on so many different projects. We are working in the same industry, but what a difference. I'm 10 years or so older, but when we think about 10 years from now, it will be a quite tough discussion.
Well, I know, Hideo, you're restless about sort of where the industry is going, and I know you have so many ideas in your head. And we want to talk maybe about this next phase of entertainment, and all you guys, I think, have thoughts about this, right?
Well, entertainment is in the brink of time where it could change with quantum computers, AI, and streaming services. So the next 5-10 years, the creators need to change because the technology changes, the environment changes, the audience would change. So what can we make in that era is the key question here.
Wow. Well, that's a big question to unpack, but let me start with you, Hideo. The question to all of you, what do you think is going to be the sort of the biggest radical shift in how we experience stories in the next decade? I know Hideo,
it's the Kojima Glaze show.
Cinema and games and a lot of the technology is, the same technology that's being used to build these things. How is that going to change how we experience entertainment? Not, in 2026, but 10 years from now.
Well, movies, novels, games, the current ones would remain. Even the films in theaters would remain. But it's now all digital. Movies, music, even books, and also streaming. And you'll have everything in digital. So the audience could have just one platform, like an iPad or a smartphone, and you could retrieve any kind of entertainment. Everything was all apart before, like novels were paper on books, films and movie, but this will be all merged kind of together, not as one, but it will create more new things like movie and games in between something medium, or novel and movie in between medium. Something that we never seen before will probably be born. And also AI comes in, and all, Hollywood movies and our games, the cost was so high, but with AI, it'll be more, low cost and budget. So you could now create with small teams or even alone using those technologies. So it won't be like, a gigantic team will be needed for anything. You'll be much more speedy with smaller teams.
George, any predictions from your front of what excites you or what you think is going to radically change?
Well, the only thing I can say is without question, there is change, and it's happening more rapidly than we've ever seen before. And that's basically the evolution of technology from the very beginning of who we are as human beings. Like a lot of people, I've been really interested in AI, not only how it affects what we do in storytelling, but in medicine. I've gone back to the medical school where I went to see how it's affecting that, and at the world at large. And in every one of those arenas, the thing I hear most is that what may have taken a year or 2 years now it's shifting so quickly, might be just a week or 2 weeks. So it's a fantastic and scary ride.
They got to turn George Mike up.
All those arenas too, people are talking about the ethics of it, which is really good. And that's always been the story of technology and art and human endeavor. Going way back, I remember so there's a kind of dichotomy to it. Even though the technology is changing, there's some things that are always constant, and that is the fundamentals of storytelling. Without going on too long, the one thing that's unique about Australia, where I come from, is that there is a culture that's
it might probably kind of
a surviving culture that's at
Kojima
least
says he's gonna use
65,000
AI, bro.
years old in the indigenous
Hold on, wait.
Australian. And with nothing else there, because Australia is essentially an arid desert, they basically navigated the world, everything in the universe, through story. And I realize that's what's happening across all time and space. However deep in the future, whatever future we have, we'll still go through that process. The technology will change. For me, I've enjoyed the ride, always. I'm amazed how every one of the films I've made has been influenced by the tools at hand at any moment. So it's exciting. It's also a bit scary, but it's wonderful.
Yeah. Guillermo, building on that idea, story is at the core, of course, of everything. But is the audience do you think they will experience stories in radical new ways, or will it still be very true to the way we know it today?
I don't know. I think that every time there's a technological change, it takes a minute for humans to find their spirit back in the art. I think that when photography came and overtook the need for realism in painting, academic realism, it took a little bit for us to experience then symbolism, impressionism, and things that were searching for something else rather than surrendering to photography.
You might see one more game
I think that, I'm 60, so I'm starting to get a little alarmed, but it's what happens when you're 60. You have prostate exams and you get alarmed. But I think that we have to find the human spirit in what is coming. I don't think it's enough to have speed and delivery and comfort. When you're talking about storytelling, it's about depth, it's about connection, and I'm not skeptic. I think we may find it, but the future that I look forward to is when technology, which is a thing of its own, it dictates and is a bit of a tyrannical move forward, is what we experience. No one knew that the biggest change in architecture in all of the world would come from a car. But all our cities transformed from that car. So in my opinion, what we are experiencing, which is wild, crazy, in many ways motivated by industrial and stock desires, by big companies, that we can find the human spirit on that. And to me, what I'm looking forward in 10 years is sort of finding a way to get the emotion.
That's why I got them two niggas turned down.
There's a very significant pact we have as humans with image. And I think a lot of that pact depends on us believing there is something, someone sacrificed or someone suffered for that image behind all that. It's not enough to generate facsimiles of images. I'm really concerned if we are still going to connect. That's the only thing that we need to take care of, connecting, because that's the function of art is not
Guillermo talking about some shit, man.
And it's not just to make feasible, is to actually express and connect. And that's why I was very moved by Death Stranding when I first played it.
He gonna bring on Pecco more.
First of all, I saw that I got into the shower with Norman Reedus and was slightly alarmed. But second, I was incredibly moved by what it was seeking, which was connection and frailty. And I love when that happens.
I turned T and Dolph all the
especially
way
with
down
Hideo.
until Kojima done with the scream.
Highly evolved are seeking the basic emotion. So my hope for the future is
they had them on low, but they was still loud somehow. That shit crazy.
So true. Oshi-san, you've heard thoughts from Hideo, George, and Guillermo. Anything to add on there about how you think the stories will evolve in the next decade?
Well, with all these technological changes, it is true, as an animated film director, I've been working in the industry for over 50 years, but what's happening over the past 5-6 years is comparable to what has happened over the past 5 decades. We are seeing rapid change, drastic change, even hand-drawn titles, we take motions, and also AI is being introduced into the field. We are using AI as tools. So the animation, the creation process has already undergone significant change. And every time we do or we work on a project, everything changes. So if we are working on a title every 3 years, by the time we are finished, everything has changed. All the technology behind has changed. We need to start anew. When it comes to story, for me, essentially, I think from long ago, stories have not changed much. As humans remain human, I think stories will remain unchanged. But the characters that express the stories where I want to pay attention to, of course, the characters fitting for the given time, characters that have that foreshadow the times to come. So I think those are the characters that I need to focus on and shed light on. The story itself, it can be anything. It doesn't matter what the story is. Even a classical story, it's completely fine. But to act the story out, the characters that appear in the story are important. Especially for me, what I do is animation. So the theme, perhaps for my industry, is slightly different from the film industry, because we don't rely on actors. We need to rely on ourselves and what goes on in our own minds, and try to create that into animations. So that's an advantage as well as a challenge for us. For technology and how it affects storytelling, since changes are occurring rapidly, even if we go against the changes, we cannot. We are washed away. And when you try to ride this tide, it's also difficult. But maybe another option is to ignore all those changes happening. Perhaps that's one option for us as human beings. And for people who do not have a real existence, maybe like cyborgs and clones, I'm attracted to these beings. So that's maybe where I'm coming from. But maybe we need to be more aware that we have become these beings in a sense. Everyone here, I've been saying this for over 10 years, we've become more like cyborgs. Everyone is like a cyborg. Everything's connected. We are all connected to something else, and acquiring freedom is going to be more difficult in the future. So maybe we need to think about what to do in that state. So that's something I've been thinking about lately.
Wow. Great insight. And you talked about sort of the positive aspects of this, but also some of the fears, right, of, keeping it human, keeping the connection. We always talk vision panels about the great things, but I'm curious for each of you, what do you think is the darkest possibility you see, and what would you do to prevent it? The fear that, that all this technology, what could it lead to that would be not good, and how do you think we can prevent it? Starting with you, Hideo.
Dark? Okay. Well, just as Mr. Oshii said, stories haven't changed from long time ago. The mythology, Japanese folklores, Asian folk tales are quite the same. But I don't see anything from there. It's like the person who tells the story is very important, the storytellers. So these people have changed over the eras. So even if it's the same story, it changes according to the storyteller. I mean, like people who told that story 500 years ago, 100 years ago, today, they live in a different environment and technology. So how that storyteller tells the story will, of course, change. The meaning, the root of the story will never change, but how the details and how it's told is really reliant on their background. Like, for instance, these days, everyone has a smartphone. and everyone is a
This shit
storyteller.
is true though.
And everyone
It's like
can just choose what they want to tell.
there's gonna be so many different ways to
So
tell stories.
you have to look at,
We got
as a
certain
human
character
being,
archetypes and tropes and shit that always
how do you
exist.
tell the basic instincts of the human
Like,
is
there's always
also
gonna
the
be a
key.
hero. It don't matter. The
And I
heroes
imagine
are
with
gonna be
that,
written
there's
different
so many
for every
stories that can be made
generation.
so quickly, so rapidly.
But the
We
fact that
talk
there's a
about
hero
AI,
in
how
the
quickly
story
things
is
can be
always
generated
gonna
and
be a thing.
whatnot.
You know what I'm saying? There's
Is
always
that
gonna be a hero.
Is that a dark possibility, George?
Even
there's
if he's
sort of too
different
many
from
stories
any other
or-
hero
or-
that's
or,
ever been
you know,
there
like,
before.
How does something really matter,
the ones
right?
that come
when there's
after.
so much content out there.
Well, it's the paradox or the contradictions. There is no question, first of all, that we are hardwired for story. It's part of, I think it's pre-human. If you look at the instinctual behavior of animals, there is a narrative. But for humans, where there's no question, it's an essential part of how we try to understand the world. Now, with the technology
Somebody
making
said
it
Kojima
available
dyes
to
his hair.
everybody, the real question is which of the stories which are kind of going to get traction, even if it's within a small group. I mean, one of the great dangers of modern technology and the dissemination of story, it's all narrative, is that, as we know, bubbles are created. And people invest deeply into those belief systems. And hence we get cults and of all kinds, religious cults, political cults, and so on. That narrative we see played out across time, and it's accelerating. So it comes down to, I mean, I'm already hearing it. I'm picking up the term AI slop. Yep. There's so much out there, and people aren't necessarily consuming it, just a small group of friends. What are the stories that have the comprehensive strengths that that work intensely on the human being, as you were saying, and what are the platforms through which they're going to be experienced? It's impossible to tell. It's with it seems to be the case with all technology. Nobody imagined that the internet, when they first worked on it, as a way, as a counter to nuclear, the first web was a military exercise. Nobody imagined that we would be doing that today. With the telephone, Alexander Graham Bell was basically trying to figure out how to help people who were deaf. Had no idea that it would become that thing by which we could call each other. So there's no predicting. One of my favorite sayings is from John Lennon: "Life is what happens when you're making other plans." And I think that's been our story. We have no real sense of it, but we must attempt to predict. Otherwise, it'll become chaotic and bewildering, and people will shrivel in their spirit. On the other hand, there is an excitement to it, because I've heard so many filmmakers say, I've been trying to get this story, I'm desperate about this story, but the budget's too high, I've been through all the studios, I can't get the money, too expensive, and now I can do it because it doesn't cost much. That's wonderful. I know 4-year-old kids who are asking their mothers to take their dinosaurs and do close-ups and wide shots and cut it together. Yeah. They're already starting at 4. And I know
it's wild.
A girl,
it is wild.
Girl, she's 6 years old.
Kids talking about some,
get
the close-up, get the wide shot. Because it's probably like
YouTube
common knowledge now at this point. You hear somebody say it on TikTok or some shit.
Of response and honing her skills as to how to tell.
People making films on TikTok with the
compelling story.
Cutting shit together.
So it's available to everybody.
Make it look like one whole scene.
And that's a really
fake videos of somebody walking through a wall.
Bottom line.
Walk into the wall, pause it, go outside, really, unpause it. That's you edited the video right there.
recover The human
live
expression,
time.
the human, yeah,
Yes,
the humanity, and that's the case. That's always been the case across all time. That's the extraordinary contradiction here. And I'm just, without going on too long, I have spent most of my even from childhood, trying to understand, most of my adult life, trying to understand how to tell stories. And then when I became a storyteller, it became not only how do I tell stories, but why do I tell stories? And I think that question will still stay with us. Why do we tell stories? How is changing, but the essence of it, I think, will always be there until some of our stories get so chaotic and wild that
who's
we kind of
translating
destroy
for him?
ourselves. I mean, there's those two paths.
Guillermo, is there?
His
We
earpiece keep
talk about all
going.
this content that we made, and the idea of humanity and great stories. There's also the rest of there's
Why
so
are
much
people still in the
derivative
comments
content,
talking about
the
AI?
true
Like the one
original
guy
ideas. Do you think
said.
they can
One guy
still
said
sort
the
of
best.
sail through and can still prosper.
Not all AI
there's a
is
thing,
generative.
Theodore
It's not all for like
Sturgeon,
generating and creating things
a law that says
that can
90%
be made
of
by
everything is
hand.
shit.
Most
And
other
to that
AI
I
are
counter
tools.
the
It's like 3
Guillermo
different
Toro
types of
law, which is
AI.
10% of everything is awesome.
You sure? So
I
like,
really like it, and that is on anything: cars, clothing, entertainment, whatever you want. I think that the interesting thing is to take a stance on what we do. I mean, we talk about stories being told at a rapid pace all the time. I think that we have thresholds that we have crossed that we didn't see crossing. Meaning, whatever is the darkest and the lightest,
it's a
nothing is
strand
forever.
type live
Nothing will
stream.
end, nothing will start.
It's a strand live stream.
You only believe that when you're very
Strand
young or
type.
very old. that things
Stranding
are
off
eternal.
into different
So
subjects.
we're part of a wheel and we're turning. We
It's
cross
a podcast
thresholds that
at
are
this point.
really hard
This is
to
a
see. I think
podcast
COVID
at this
was a
point, really.
threshold, immense threshold that we all went by through. The fact that we are, whether we like it or not, already into transhumanism.
That's wild. This
We
is
rely
basically a
good chunk
Kojima
of our psyche to a
podcast.
machine that is always on our hand and is always talking to us, et cetera, et cetera. And
I gotta
the
turn
fact
Guillermo
that
up.
the
I
other
can't
fact
hear
is
him,
we are being
understand him
told
because his
that
accent.
we process information much more rapidly than before, but it's not information, it's emotion. We
Okay.
don't account it for what it is. We cannot go through 3 tragedies in 1 minute and then see a skateboarding squirrel in Central Park and then see a dog follow a car in a funny way. No, we can't. We can't, so we have to make the decisions. How much of that we let in a moment where we are talking about pipeline and content, which are basically sewage language or oil language or moving volumes, and not only what we let in, but how much what we do with what we put out. Meaning, all storytelling goes down to 2 stories: the ones that absolve you and blame others, or the ones that make you responsible and allow others to exist in a different way. That's it. There's no other 2 storytelling. And if our storytelling is just praising ourselves and absolving ourselves, and we need the constant feedback of that, then that's one future. The other one is very interesting. But I'm telling you, already, whoever is going to change this is already been born. It's either 5 years old, 3 years old, 10 years old, I don't know, but that person is already thinking about what to do with the world, because we don't leave the world the way it is. We don't. Storytellers don't. We're not going to just take it. Somebody's already online to tell us all the old folks how to do this. And that is my biggest hope. I mean, to the darkest, there's a great line on No Country for Old Men. He says, what are you looking for? And he says, what's coming? And says, no one sees that. Yeah. And I think that's true. You can strategize against 20 things, and the human spirit will give you 3 more that you never thought about. So that's the darkest and the biggest hope I have.
And what I think is exciting is that games, going back to that, sits at the core of some of this. Oshi-san, I wanted to get your thoughts on this, and also, do you you talked about playing Hideo's games, spending time playing games. Do you think how do you think games fit into this sort of entertainment storytelling equation in the future?
Rather than focusing on entertainment, but
dude
playing
bro. This
together
dude
with
old.
the protagonist, the main character, or go on a trip in the game world to be excited, or to feel sad about, or to be moved. From that perspective, I think to focus on experiences in game. So I think we are now engrossed and swallowed by games.
So, I
and
was just saying, like, yo,
films,
this
you have
nigga
2 hours or
old.
so.
Like,
It's become
he
lengthy,
started
but
talking
games
real
you will spend
slow.
200
There's
hours
just
or
nothing but air
1,000
coming
hours.
out.
You can play the same game
That
for a
nigga
very long
old.
time. Well, I mean, from that perspective, to resonate with the contents in the entertainment. From that perspective, I think game will be swallowing films in the forward. It cannot compete with the games. And Kojima-san's game, I played, when I played Phantom game, I felt that way. Films cannot compete with games. That's what I felt playing on Kojima-san's game in terms of storytelling, in terms of volume, the information, the characters. Well, I do not think films can compete with Kojima games. That's what I discussed with Kojima-san. But what we can do, that is something we need to think about. So I think that will be the themes that we need to think about. Well, we would be forced to be just one of the alternative options, or can we gain something new so that we can win new fans for the film industry? Or with regard to technology, well, the worst case, what would be the darkest possibility in the previous question? Well, one thing I have in mind, well, technology is not equally shared by everyone, depending on the region or nation in this unit. There's a disparity of technology across the globe, and the technology disparity means there's disparity or gaps, narrowing, the widening gaps is due to the system, and also the generational gaps as well. Well, our job is to create something new for younger generation, but it has not been the case anymore. Well, not just younger generation, not just for children or kids, but for high school students, teenagers, or people in their 30s. Into these generations, as well as adults who know everything in the 30s or 40s, 50s, but it's totally different how we can approach to these tiers of audiences, and there will be technological gap between these tiers and generations. Well, I think that is, well, one possibility we need to keep in mind. Well, we together with a younger generation, youth, and we have some leeway to make use of technology, new technology, but on an individual basis, it will be more and more difficult.
That
So
nigga Ray
that possibility would
to Lil
relate to
Uzi
the
Squirt.
disparity in terms of technology that may widen the gaps. That is some vague feeling I have. And also, from the creator's perspective, to express something, well, how should I put this? Within something I create, the values, my values, or, well, my philosophies, if you will, that is something that, well, we are having difficulty trying to convey with the audience more and more. And as a result of that, our style, in terms of semiology or in terms of principles of how you can give reward to audience, from that perspective, trying to disseminate the meme, that may be regarded as our job going forward. Well, I feel that way from Kojima-san. So Kojima-san, you're trying to, well, your worldviews and passions and values, that's something you're trying to convey through your title. But at the same time, Kojima Hideo, your style of expression that's disseminated through the web, through the games, to the world. So Kojima-san's meme would be well found across the globe going forward. But I think that's okay, that's fine. So originality may not be, well, of that importance. So I think that is something I think would occur in the future. And from that perspective, and from the perspective speed, and in terms of market, the themes will have some difficulty. It may be swallowed up by games going forward. Of course, films would still exist. It's not gone. Together as with animation, it would be there. However, it may be some traditional artwork. It could be traditional artwork in some scenarios. And animation, well, anime tend to be regarded as a traditional artwork. So if we stick to that, that may be a scenario we may find ourselves in. It's not a bad thing in itself. However, that may be likely to happen. Well, I think I'm talking about only neutral things, but, well, I think, the future, there will be a lot of difficulty we need to get over. But at the same time, human beings, well, you need to live a finite life. The three of us, we will have difference in our ages by 10 years old or so. Well, I think it's time for us to gradually leave this world. I don't want this to sound rude, but, well, we have a limited amount of time, and what are we going to do in this time? I think that's what we will need to revisit. And from that perspective, there may be some generational gaps because of the time available, and there would be the disparity in gaps between generations. But what we can do is try to convey something that may be different in the future, but trying to convey something. And in animation, well, it tends to create memes, and that would readily spread across the globe. So I think that is something we can find in the cultural world or in the world of exploitation. So that's how I feel.
Yoshi-san, you mentioned the idea of, film being a finite, piece of content for a few hours, games, as you said, having, tens or hundreds or thousands of hours with them. I'm curious, George and Guillermo, when you look at, as you build universes moving forward, do you see, do you think of now of sort of like, here's the film expression, here's the series, here's the game.
This nigga Mamoru made
that's gonna be something we're seeing
Ghost
more
in the
of,
Shell.
This universal view of
a
story and
like
how
the
it can
animated
sort of
joints,
live,
but them joints
on
ain't
an ongoing
even
basis.
nothing like the actual manga.
Well, I think we see it already happening.
changed
We saw
shit
it
up.
today. You are working on
That shit's
several
still
different
legendary.
platforms and different media, and that's legitimate. It's look, I keep on sort of finding refuge in what's constant, and is always there. That seems to be immutable as to who we are.
This basically a Kojima podcast right now, bro. He the
I also
MC.
find a great excitement as the tools develop. I think it's perfectly legitimate to play a game if it's on the level that you do, Kojima, is because it's all encompassing. When
These
I've
niggas-
been involved, as you know, I don't play the games. I watch other people play games. I've stopped playing games a long time ago. I've lost but my engagement. I never fail to be engaged in the way that we all do with stories. We apprehend stories at every level as a human being.
You said I don't play games. anymore, I just
Viscerally,
watch 'em.
emotionally, intellectually, anthropologically, in terms of our spirituality and mythology. It's constant. Any story, a story that you hear from a neighbor, your family,
These niggas in the comments
your
are stupid.
favorite sporting team, and whatever, the ones that really stick are those that hit.
They think you
all
gotta
those
be a
levels and
philosopher
have all
to
those
talk about philosophy.
And if it takes how long is it? to
It
make
shows
this
his own
trend?
ignorance.
How long?
It's
How
long.
many hours?
Yeah, he just typing that shit 7 times over. You just keep copying and pasting. These niggas
So
are
if you
crazy.
if it takes a game, you're lost in the life of that. Sure, you're not out in the street or in the wilderness playing the game, but your process is the same. And we've all heard stories of people who on chemotherapy. In fact, I have a niece who's going through very severe chemotherapy, and all she can do is play a game, and gives her the comprehensive experience of endeavor, of worry, of anxiety, of triumph, and all of that sitting because she can't move any other way. So that's a very legitimate use of storytelling. We can't. You're right. We can't be afraid.
No, that ain't clapping his ass.
Because that's not who we are. It's a question of riding that wild beast that we're on, and some of us falling off and being crushed, and some of us managing to get through to, further down the track and passing it on somehow. That's my sentiment anyway.
Yeah, I think everybody has been looking for that Holy Grail, and I do believe it exists. And I do believe that you can permeate one platform through another.
He just trying to say, like, oh, no, I wasn't clapping, you clapped. Like, that's weak. Like, you was clapping with no hands, propelling yourself to space. Like, come on. He told, no, you clapped before me. No.
But
you had that technique, man.
What is beautiful
is an old master of that shit, bro.
We are seeking an experience.
Ain't no more primordial. Ain't nothing more primordial than you, bro. You just, that's nonsense.
For me, part of surviving COVID was Death Stranding.
You stole that from Logan.
You never know where, you cannot just say this is good, this is bad.
No,
as you were talking about the chemotherapy.
I don't know, bro.
I think that there is
I don't know, bro. I
a
think Logan
way
said
of thinking and experiencing that many people
threw that one out.
will find useful to push the
He's talking about the
next level.
bonds.
And it is coming. And I think somebody will crack that code and make it work. And I think it is imminent. I believe
why you talking to me? Wow. If I'm so stupid.
Well, it's been fascinating. We got
time,
two out of about 20 questions I wanted to ask you guys. This is such fascinating conversation, but we do have to.
You can't waste your time talking to a stupid nigga. That
let's give a big hand to our panel here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Maybe we'll stand. We're going to take a little photo here, right? Right.
Bro. I think I got the footage. So it's okay. All he do is ride Kojima.
Thank you so much. George Miller, Guillermo del Toro, Ochi-san.
He just ride Kojima's nuts.
Thank you, Hideo. That was fantastic. Thank you so much. Thanks, everybody.
He broke out. He the MC. He the MC of the games, man. He the game MC, man. He pull up. Look at him looking back, waiting for Kojima to pull out. He walking slow. Oh, is it? They got another video, huh? Hold on.
So how was it? The legends, each word was so shocking. It probably struck a lot of people. And everyone has fears for technology, but we have to move on. So any era, if you have technology, you have the dream, you have the passion, which way, which path you want to go.
You know why Kojima
so
on
even
this?
the entertainment
world,
the center of the entertainment world will always be the story, and that will never change. So these days, you could be the storyteller. Sorry for me, I misunderstood the question. But if all of the world is connected on internet and become a storyteller, there'll be still, even though we're connected, there are some places that are fighting and not really connected. So what should we do in the future? Should we change the way we live, or the technology would solve this? But the talk was really good about how we see the future and how we should walk towards the future, and that was a great panel. Thank you so much.
So in the special panel, we heard many ideas, visions for the future entertainment. So next, we will talk about Kojima Productions' new project that will realize such new form of entertainment. Please take a look at this first.
Oh, he's showing something else. This Kojima running around in a hoodie. Y'all see this? He running around the city in a hoodie. Look at he in LA. Yo, that's wild.
Stand up, stand tall as you are. Don't be afraid. The light will guide you.
It's Death Stranding.
It's a big war after all. It's a big war after all. It's a big, big war. Dive deep in the dark. Look, you've come so far. Don't walk away before you can start. Stand up, stand proud as you are.
Kojima about to make Batman, Iron Man AR technology, man. What the fuck?
It's a big war after all. It's a big
Oh, white nigga who did Gravity. Chuck Norris. Okay, nah, he definitely is doing AR shit. Niantic, that's the niggas who did Pokemon Go, so he about to make some AR shit.
Will such future come? This
that
is,
company, that's the
indeed
Pokemon Go
exciting.
company. So whatever the fuck there was, is some
welcome onto
AR
the
shit.
stage
Probably got niggas walking around the
Founder and
world.
CEO of
Real
Niantic
shit.
Spatial, John Hanke.
He like, come in, give me a hug, give me a hug. He was trying to hug.
では改めてご紹介いたします。
He gonna regret hugging somebody. He gonna hug the wrong motherfucker. They
This
gonna
is Mr.
stink.
John Hanke, CEO of Niantic
Motherfucker.
Spatial, the company behind numerous innovative projects using AR technology. We are delighted to have you with us today.
ではご挨拶をお願いします。
Would you give us a few words of greeting first, please?
Absolutely.
Nigga hug a
Thank you.
zombie.
It's so honored to be here. So
That one nigga,
our work
y'all ever seen
at,
Cobra Kai?
Our work at Niantic over the past decade
Like
has
you
been
know.
driven by a single.
So y'all know,
simple
damn. So you know, you got Miyagi though with the main character, you know, and then
technology can
the
bring us
opposite
closer
dude,
to the
the Johnny
world
dude, he had his own school,
and to each other.
And then the old teacher,
When we launched our
the
first
old
game,
teacher
Ingress,
came back,
we saw people
and whoever that
connect
nigga's name is,
in
this is
ways
the old
that
nigga,
really
his hair all blown
surprised
up,
and
some
delighted
fat kind of fat nigga.
Today, players
Yeah,
continue
the old
to
nigga
meet their
came back.
best friends.
Yeah, he was biting bitches in real life,
game.
but on the set.
form local communities that are
Dude, he was biting motherfuckers in real life on the set,
around the world.
and then they had to call the cops on him, and and then they
explore
had him
new
on camera. He
cities,
said, "I thought that
hike
we was just
mountain
joking and all this and all that."
And most importantly,
he said we
make
used to joke
real
around.
and
It's always a
lasting
joke,
relationships.
and it was just like
That
it
same
was
DNA
wild.
is at the heart of Niantic Spatial, a new company that's building AI that fuses the physical and digital worlds. We use our expertise in mapping to give teams a new canvas for storytelling in the real world. Our geospatial AI is designed to make the real
talking
world
about me?
understandable to computers and machines in a way that enables the creation of more playful, interactive, and fun experiences for all of us to share.
No, I
Once
was ignoring you.
understood reality, then you can bend
Had you
it
turned down
to
in the
create
background.
whole new experiences. We've been fortunate to find a creative partner in Kojima Productions who shares this vision. We're grateful to Kojima Productions for choosing Niantic Spatial as a technology partner to begin to explore ways to weave their much-loved universes into the real world, so players can experience these stories.
Yeah, that nigga was biting bitch. I think he bit some of them hard though. I think that was a part of the thing. Like, the bitch had a mark on her elbow.
Kojima Productions is a team that is constantly expanding what's possible. Their move beyond gaming and into new forms of media and interactive entertainment is an important new chapter in their history. So congratulations on 10 years of amazing innovation, and here's to many more.
Thank you very much. So just now, move beyond the screen. It says move beyond the screen as we see on the screen. Is this the kind of world that we are going to realize?
Yes, we're always creating game in the screen, even smartphones or whatever, and we want to liberate that. So your normal real life, if there's art and entertainment in your everyday life, I thought that was brilliant, and I was always thinking about that. So looking at John's technology, I thought this was possible, so we kind of teamed up here.
So up to now, the AR technology projecting something onto the real world, that technology, I think we can kind of have a rough image of what it is. But are we going to have some technology that is going to go beyond that? What is the rough image of?
I remember Robert Downey Jr. paired up with some AR.
Well, I can't really speak about details yet, but if you're like, climbing a mountain, but there's still entertainment there. Like, well, to give just a wild example, it's like the real Death Stranding in the real world, and you could connect with people, or you could connect with the actual environment there in your city. But previously, it was like, virtual reality, but this time I'm thinking more about connecting with the real environment.
And John-san, to the extent possible, if you can share, what kind of world, what kind of environment will this create in your mind?
Well, I hope that it creates one that brings people together to play. I think if there's one need we have in society right now, it's something that unifies us and doesn't pull us apart. And I think storytelling, as was pointed out in the last panel, has always been humanity's way of coming together. And I think technology can support that. It can divide it too, but I think used correctly and with an inspiring creator, it can be an important force for good in the world.
Thank you very much. So this is going to be a special collaboration, new game experience through the collaboration of Kojima Production and Niantic Spatial. So finally, John, would you give us a few final words?
I would just say it's been a great honor to celebrate here with you. Congratulations on an amazing 10 years, and it's inspiring to see you so focused and so energetic about continuing to create new things.
John, thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed. Please give a big round of applause.
Wow, that was something. What does Hideo has in his mind? Well, I can't die yet. Yeah, I guess. But I still have limited amount of time.
What has Hideo has?
So the event is almost close to the end, and we would like to kind of have everyone who came up on the stage today come up on the stage, so just gather around on the stage for all the guests that came today. Please give a big round of applause to all the guests and VIPs and the masters who came up on stage today. So everyone, please come up. Join us on stage.
He gonna make these old niggas walk back up on stage again, bro? Come on, bro. Making these old niggas walk up on the stairs now.
What a wonderful group of guests to celebrate the 10th anniversary, all up on the stage. Is everyone ready? So, Mr. Kojima, over to you. Kojima Production celebrating the 10th anniversary. I'm sure you have a number of memories and thoughts and experiences running through your mind. So what is your thoughts on today's event? And please give us a message for everyone here who have gathered here at the venue.
Look at that ugly nigga, dog. That shit funny.
10 years ago, I started with nothing except the connection with all of you. And there are new people who join the connection, and probably there's lots more to connect.
So that's how Zenitsu would look.
We talked on this panel about connection, but the connection is really important from here and onwards. So there'll be a lot of separation in the world right now, and we can't rely just on politics. We need art and entertainment to connect these people, to connect the world, make a better place, and we have the power to do it with entertainment to connect for the next 10 years, 20 years. So I would like to cherish this connection that we have, and let's live long, 20, 30 years, and fulfill that connection. Thank you so much today.
He made all these old niggas come back up on stage
We
again.
will continue to support the Kojima Production.
George Miller earpiece keep falling out his ear.
Who appeared in today's program. Please give a big round of applause once again.
That's the old white man.
And thank you to all of you for staying with us until the end of the program. And those of you here in the audience, those of you who are watching the live stream, please continue to look forward to many wonderful titles to come. From
Looking around,
Kojima
I'm about to. He said he ashy. Oh, you say he's actually
Let's all
ugly.
wave hands.
Oh. I thought he said he's actually ugly as fuck. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Kojima chin be part of his neck. We out here. Okay. Okay. That's the end of the stream, man. Yeah, I was streaming that too. Well, let's go back. Actually, let's rewind to the beginning. I'm gonna watch OD trailer for OD again. So OD. This nigga Kojima out here scanning doors and shit. Oh, I'm gonna scan a door. I'm gonna scan this table. That's what them Assassin's Creed niggas are doing. OD trailer, OD trailer. You got Grok. You gotta download Grok. Microsoft was stupid for not having, like, they should have went on the world with time. I mean, look crazy, man. It's like, it looks like it's gonna have everything you need in one of them type of games. Like, little ominous story, you don't know what the fuck's going on. Jump scares, crazy looking monster enemy designs and all that. You know what I'm saying? But let me look at this one more time. Let me look at the Death Stranding anime one more time, okay? Mosquito nose right there. Yo, that's Sam right there. I didn't even notice that. Nigga floating in the water. He was swimming too, Sam. Stuck the mosquito pincer inside of Sam's like mouth or in his neck or something. I don't know. No diddy. Pause, dude. Crazy. This nigga's like protecting Cairo Beast. That shit went back into his mouth. No, that's about to be nice.
Miyamoto-san,
that
what
nigga
was
said this nigga sucked something important. That sounded crazy. Like, why he say that?
We are going. Influencers aren't.
Well, I think that's the end for me. I wanted to watch the Death Stranding, no Kojima Productions live stream. It's the anniversary. I didn't even know this shit was happening at 12 o'clock. It's been like 3 hours. We got the trailer for OD. He talked about Fizz Int. Actually, let me let this trailer play. This little fucking commercial. Oh boy, that's copyright. But let me fast forward, because actually, let me look at that Fizz Int poster one more time. He showed a poster for it. He didn't give us gameplay. I wanted some gameplay, but whatever. They talked about the Death Stranding TV show. They didn't show anything for it. But we got a Death Stranding anime coming out. Kojima at Sake, nigga dropping some liquor. Where's that picture? He showed a picture with Fizz inked. Oh, here it is. Boom. Because he couldn't talk about it, but he wanted to show some art for it. It's right here.
Man, something?
I'm
I
doing
wonder he probably dropped a closer up picture on Twitter or something. If I was on my laptop, I'd be able to find it. But man, I don't know what the fuck going on, bro. He got a fake arm. He got a smart arm. Is his body AI? Like, what the hell's going on? I don't know. We're gonna find out, man. This nigga's body is AI. 3 announcements, and we got a podcast at the end
that be made, and the idea of humanity
talking about the
great
philosophy
stories.
of
There's also the rest of there's so much derivative
creating
content
art and
out there,
film,
the
medium,
true original
shit.
ideas. You think they
Okay.
can still sort of sail through and
That's about it, though. I think I'm in the stream. No game tonight. I might play something tomorrow.
That may be.
I did the stream out of nowhere. Like, yo, let me just start this shit up. Like, forget it. But that's it. I'm out.